So what I have right here is the brand new tripod from Falcam. This is the brand new Treeroot SE, otherwise known as the Lock Lite tripod. So what this tripod is a smaller, lighter, less expensive version of the Treeroot tripod, which we already know. And it's going to be really good for like travel tripods. It's going to be good for like people who are doing shoots in the studio who want to spend a little less money than $4.99 on a tripod. So one thing I really like about Falcam is they're a company that likes to listen to their consumers, and we kept saying we want something that's a little lighter, a little smaller, and less expensive. That's exactly what this is. So let's get this tripod opened up here and see what actually comes with the set. All right, so it looks like you get a little owner's manual, a little bag of Allen wrenches. That's going to be for the screws and stuff that are on the tripod itself. We won't look at those probably again. Then you get this like really nice looking case that's like neoprene. It looks like it's kind of a padded neoprene. I'm used to getting like tripods where they give you like a really crappy nylon bag that has like no protection. It's not great. But this one has like a nice pad to it. It's got a nice little strap. It's got a handle. And then it looks like at the top here, you do have kind of like a little singe cable at the top so you can close it up. So if you guys are putting this on like the side of your backpacks, you could probably still put it in here and throw it into the side of your backpack and kind of keep it more protected. So let's get the tripod out of the bag here. Yeah, it's actually really nice. So inside the plastic here, let's get that off. So this is the Treeroot SE. It's a little less than 3 pounds. It's very compact. It's pretty small. I think it's going to fit really good inside of a backpack or in like a small luggage suitcase if you're going to carry it in that. But this thing is very strong. I got to see this thing at NAB this year, and I will say this is a very small, lightweight, compact tripod that is very strong. So the version tripod that I have been using is a different brand. It's very light, it's very small. It's actually too small. That's half the problem with my older one. But the other thing is that it's really flexy. This one is not. This is a very sturdy tripod. So this is a T300 carbon fiber. It's 9 layers. It's going to be very sturdy. It's a round leg, so it's not going to be quite like the Treeroot one that has kind of the triangle leg. But these things do not give at all. So what makes this tripod called the Lite tripod is 2 different things. First off is the F38 tripod head, which we all kind of know the F38 quick release plates. They just snap right in, which is honestly, if you don't own the system yet, go ahead and buy a bunch of these plates because this is like one of the best accessories I've gotten for any of my cameras is the like F38 quick release plates because you can buy them for all sorts of different things. But otherwise the legs, this is the other cool thing about this tripod is this thing sets up very quick. Let's go show you. So what they call the system is the third turn quick lock. So if you can see here, it just has the 3 little twists here. The cool thing with this system is you only need to turn it a third of the way and you can do all 3 of them at once and they all just fall straight down. So setting up this tripod is super fast because you can just literally drop them all down, twist, drop them all down, twist, and it's super quick to set up. I'm used to the tripods where you have to like turn them like a whole rotation around before they even get loose. This thing, third turn, it stops. There's like a haptic feedback and the whole leg just drops free. That's what makes this thing really cool. So as you can see with the legs all the way out, but the extension down, this thing comes in at about 50 inches. This is kind of about like a little bit shorter than what my other travel tripod is. So for me, that's not really been a good option because I always have to kind of crouch down in front of the lens so they can be in frame. What I needed one was something that was taller but still compact. This thing does have an extension arm that can now bring this thing up to 60 inches. So now I'm getting close to eye height and I'm 5'10". So once I have a camera on here, it's going to be about 5'10". So let's take a closer look here at the top of this tripod and see what else it has. So also just putting this thing away, all you have to do is just literally push it right back up, third turn, done. That's how awesome this tripod is about that. That's gonna be one of my favorite things. I used to like hate the latch thing. I always like the twist ones, but I hate sitting there like twisting away on stuff. So looking at the top of the tripod, this is a little different than some of the other tripods I've actually used in the past. All you have to do is just flip this open now. Now it's gonna allow it to pan. It's gonna allow the ball head to move freely. And then all you have to do is just literally close it back down and it's tight. So that's kind of different to me. And I think that's actually gonna be nice because I always hate like having to turn the pan and then turning the other one and then getting the camera straight. This one, you can literally just kind of flip the one lever, get your camera where it is, shut it, and it's good. That's a cool system here. But then at the top here, you'll see it has the F38 quick release plate. So like I said earlier in the video, if you don't have one of these F38 quick plates, you can buy these separate in a system with like an Arca Swiss adaptable. I would highly recommend getting those because they is like the nicest thing to be able to quick release these things from this tripod to that tripod to my wall mount to a gimbal. The system's great, but this one comes with it. So this ball head itself is only in an F38. It is not going to fit any other Arca Swiss plate, any other thing. So you will have to use the F38 quick releases with this one. But which is nice is that once you have that thing attached to the bottom of your camera, setting up on top of your tripod is super simple because all you have to do is literally just slip it right in and it's locked. Let's drop this table down a tiny bit. So you'll see now, my tripod is on there. I can rotate it whatever which way I want. You can still go into vertical mode. So it's really easy to use. And this latch here just makes it really quick to set up, which I really like. So looking below the ball head, we do have a little lever here that allows us to open up the tripod to different angles. You can go really low angle, but you're gonna say, Kyle, I can't go lower because this part sticks out too far, which, you know, you'd have to like lift up the thing. Well, they actually have a solution for this one. You can actually take this out now by unscrewing this little hook at the bottom. This hook is there so you can like hook your backpack to allow like additional weight to pull the tripod down, keep it more sturdy. But if you take this little hook off, which is also an Allen wrench, now you can completely just take this whole thing out. And if you want to switch this to upside down, you can go through the bottom of the tripod and now you have a lower shot. So you can go really low to the ground with your camera and still like be able to like use your tripod, which is nice. So there's a lot of times I've done like shots where I've just been too low. This tripod allows you to flip the head, which gives you that really low angle shot. The other cool thing with this though too is that if you look closely at the actual arm, there's a couple little screws here. And if you see there's a little like section right here. So you can take this whole bottom section completely off and only just have that. So then you could put that in the top and then like go all the way to the ground with the tripod. Or you could put it directly at the bottom. So if you want to get rid of this long arm, you can do that as well. That's really cool. So another thing with that too is that if you ever wanted to upgrade to a different ball head, you could probably also take that off and just switch ball heads too. Now, if you actually have this hook in there, it's not going to allow you to take it out because it's going to stop on that actual hook. So you do have to take that little hook off to be able to take that out, but it's pretty quick and it's pretty simple to do. Just don't lose that hook. Now, if we look at the other part of this tripod, the other cool thing that I really like about this one is that it's something that I've been saying for years that needs to be on tripods and they never do unless you buy like a really expensive big tripod, is having 1/4-20 mounts on the side of the tripod. So this one has a 1/4-20 with airy pins on one side and two sides. So you're not only getting one, but you're getting two. So if you need to run like a monitor or a microphone, you can still like completely do that. Now, I would highly recommend if you're using the Falcam system, checking out the F22 plates. So you get the little F22 plates, which is this little guy. And all you have to do is screw that onto the side here. These have airy pins, so they're not going to allow you to twist once they're screwed in. Let's get that screwed down real quick. So once you have this mount on, that thing is not going to twist as long as it's tight. And then you can take like your magic arm from Falcam if you have one of these. Otherwise, you can use a different system. You can use anything that's a 1/4-20. If it has airy mounts, you can still use that as well. I just like using the Falcam mounts because I really like these magic arms as well. I think they're really strong, and I think they're one of the better ones out there. So all you have to do is just drop that thing on the top here, and now you have your monitor so that you can put your camera right on top. And if you're doing like talking head videos and you want to have your monitor, now you can do that. And it's pretty simple. And if you want to move it and take it off, you can do that. If you want to put another one on this side that has like a microphone, you can do that as well. Having the feature where you can put something on the side is so nice. And I've been saying it for years that it should be on tripods. In the past, what I've had to do is take those like clamp arms and clamp them to the tripod, and it's not a good option. So if you're looking for a system like that, this thing has it. I would check out the F22 plates though, if you are going to look into that. So now the cool thing with this one touch button here is it actually does have a lock. So if you pull it back, it's going to lock it. Now you can't push that button. The camera will not come off the tripod, but as soon as you push it forward and then push it in, it's going to come right off. So like I said, this Falcam system is something that I would highly recommend looking into. It's one of my favorite things. I just love that it actually comes on this tripod itself. So what I didn't really like about my old travel tripod is that it was just always a little bit too short. The legs had a little bit of bend to them, so it was never like super sturdy. So if you're doing like time lapses, it wasn't a great option. This thing is literally this thing is solid. And that's what I really like about Falcam systems. All right, so let's check out and see how good this thing actually fits in like a backpack. So I'm just going to use my backpack, which is the Peter McKinnon 25 liter, which is a kind of a common backpack at this point. We're going to fold this thing up. We're going to put it in there. And actually, you know what? I'm going to put it on this side. So we're going to fold it up, put it in there. I'm going to strap it in. So what I really like about this is it's about the same size as the backpack. You can still flip down the quick release thing there. And this is acceptable to me. Like, it's still a little bit taller than I would want it to be, but the problem is if it's any shorter in your backpack, it's going to be too small to use once you're out and about using your tripod. So I think this is still going to be a very good option, and it's going to fit really nice in those like carry-on luggages as well, because it's still going to be smaller than your suitcase. So you can definitely fit that in there, and it's not going to add a lot of weight. Very good option for traveling if you're going to put it inside your backpack. If you're going to use one of those like slings, you can probably still fit this under pretty well. But all in all, I'm super happy with this tripod. I did get to use this a little bit at NAB when I was there, and I was kind of just blown away that they made a less expensive, lighter weight tripod in a round arm that was this sturdy. And let's face it, when you're getting a tripod, you want it to be sturdy and you want it to be usable. So this is a very good option for you guys. So if you guys want to check out this tripod for yourself, there's going to be links in my description. You can go find them there. If you guys have any other questions about the tripod, hit me up in the comments. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along to other gear reviews and film tutorials, Sony cameras. And as always, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Later.